This podcast is sponsored by Relevant. It's a new iOS app to consolidate the media you want to see in a place you control. With Relevant, you stay up to date with things you're actually interested in. You tell Relevant what's relevant to you, and you'll be given all the content you love from all across the internet, all in one place. It's available on iOS devices and coming soon to Android. Be the first to know with Relevant.
And we're live.
And we're back at the poorly edited podcast here on WXLV, the X on L-Tri-C Radio. No. On L-Tri-C campus. We're excited to be back once again. Thanks to Chris Andrews and the awesome radio station. I'm here with some of my guests next to me.
We're guests now. We've been demoted.
Oh, man.
To guests instead of hosts.
The host next to me.
My name is Coffee Guy. I'm a host.
My name is Chandler Davis, and I'm also a host, I think.
My name is Patrick Lilly. I'm not a host.
And our cameraman,
Josh Brennan, as always, lovely to have you.
Yeah, so
great.
Quick rundown of who we are before we get to our
We should
awesome.
probably introduce our guest.
Okay.
first.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
We do this every time.
What is your
Every
problem, Storm?
Okay, and our guest is, we're really excited to introduce, what's your name?
My name is Michael, and I'm the CEO of the Useless Duck Company.
Yo, that's awesome. I love that name so much. So much. It's like better than our name, and I like my name. Wait,
what?
Storm or
No, like the poorly edited podcast,
Right,
but I think that's
right,
better than
right,
ours.
right.
Wait, do you like Storm
It
too?
is. No, it is better.
No. Okay, listen.
It is better.
rate your name on a scale from 10 to 0.
Or. Anyways, quick rundown of the poorly edited podcast. We just like to showcase creative talent and, people really working hard to do creative things. And a big part of who we are is we love learning about things we don't know. And we don't know about a lot of stuff.
That's true.
So,
It's most things, actually.
today we're learning about robots, and I don't know how to build a robot, so I'm really
and
excited.
we probably won't learn.
Yes. Yeah, because... Anyways, that's who we are. So first, Mike, we want to get right to you. Explain to us a little bit about the Useless Duck Company, the channel, the business, what's going on there?
So Useless Duck Company is a YouTube channel where I feature products that I invent. I try to make stuff that helps, like families and kids and people that just wants to make their life easier.
Right. Yep. Just like the baby bottle one, I really noticed that would really help my kid,
Why? What is that one?
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of at that age now where all my friends are starting to have kids, and I hear their complaints, and they say that their kid makes a lot of noise doing this, their kid makes a lot of noise when it's hungry. So I wanted to invent something that could make a kid quiet, and that's what I came up with.
Yes, it will do that. And the way that we want it done, right? That's a great video. I love that video. Also, the salad tosser one, I knew that would really help me. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. That was a suggestion from one of my viewers. They wanted me to make a robot. I'll take suggestions from people through Twitter and on YouTube and stuff like that. They wanted me to make a robot that could toss my salad. So that's what I came up with. Just something where you could put all the ingredients in and hit a button, and it just mixes the salad up for you. One thing that I really liked about that one was after I made it, I took it on Discovery Channel, and they talked to me about it, and we did a segment, and then I had the host operate the machine. So it's the first time I've ever had a TV host toss my salad on television.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Like the Discovery Channel, actually, like...
Yeah, I didn't realize I was on Discovery.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He had a bunch of stuff on what were all the different shows you were on? Because I know you were on a couple.
I normally do. I just got another call back for Daily Planet. That's the Discovery Channel show. They want me to bring my cake cutting invention on that one. And there was a show, I don't remember what it's called. It's like a late night comedy show. And December 1st, my videos are going to appear for the first time on Ridiculousness on MTV.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
Yeah, and that's with Mark Cuban. So it's the guy from like Shark Tank.
Yes.
So he's going to be looking at the baby bottle robot, talking about whether or not he'd invest.
That is so cool.
That's awesome.
Does he know what it does right now?
Yeah, is he prepared?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. I don't really get to see it until it's already been taped. So I get to watch it live with everybody else, and I'm going to see what he thinks.
That is.
Oh, they don't send you like a pre-screening or anything?
Yeah, that's like.
That's crazy.
No, I got to wait for the first. They're doing 2 episodes on the first, and it's going to be the second episode.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Quick clarification. I do not have a kid. That was more what if I had a kid, like.
No, you said
okay.
you have a kid.
No, yeah, that's just
you said
for
that. No.
everybody who's listening.
Is there something you need to tell us?
No, I do not have a kid.
What's his name?
Is there something you don't need to tell us?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
Got him.
Probably.
Yes. So now I'm lost. Someone else take over.
Anyway, I finally did something.
All right.
I finally did something creative.
well, tell us why. What's next?
What do you mean, what's next?
Like you didn't.
Well, I mean, usually we talk about the things that we have going on, but we don't usually have anything going on the last few weeks. But I think now, more than ever, I think with the break that we had for Thanksgiving, I've actually done some things. I think you've done some things, and
Yeah. So whatever creative stuff we're up to.
Chandler,
I forgot to say
how about,
creative
How
stuff.
about you go first?
well, I'm like the vlog series is ramping back up because I finally have the inspiration for like a new story arc. So I'm gonna be. I've already started filming that and editing that, and that's just. I'm so into that, and those videos make me so just like chill. I love working on those.
What do you film with at home?
A very bad camera, actually, a JVC Vario
That's good.
camcorder. Yeah, it's pretty awful.
I used Mrs. Coffee Guy's phone.
Nice.
Yeah,
I was
so-
wondering what you recorded that video on.
Yeah. Yep. That's why the angle is awful and it looks awful and it's awful. So
Your
it's perfect.
Your phone couldn't record very well.
It can record. It can't record very well.
What kind of phone do you have?
It's a brick.
What is the name of it? I want to.
Give me a second. It's a track phone. It just says LG on it, man.
Is it one of those?
It just says LG.
Does it have a flip out keyboard?
No.
Oh, it's not even that
Nope.
advanced.
Is it technically an Android?
No. This was like $30.
Will you turn it on?
Yeah, it's gonna take a second. There we go. See?
It's like I'm back in 2005.
Yeah.
When I look at your, I think Peruso has a newer phone than you.
Yeah. Everyone makes Prusso jokes at me.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
he's an old man, so that's why.
That makes it funny.
And he has an old phone. Yeah.
That's the joke, right? He's old.
You're old. No, but you came out of the video though, didn't you?
Yeah,
like
it
5
was
minutes ago.
less of a man, I really want to share this, and more of a I have to put something out so that I can then hold myself to like having the accountability of doing it every week. So I just put out a song. It's just a really simple acoustic thing. But now the plan, now that I have that out, I can hold myself to it. I want to do something every week, probably like alternating back and forth between a cover and an original song week to week.
Awesome.
So
That's
yeah.
pretty lit.
We need to talk about how hard it is to find your channel. It's horrendously hard.
Well, it's because he hasn't had any content out, so it doesn't come up in anything. But now that he's actually posting videos, it'll be easier. And we're gonna
It'll get there. I
put
mean,
him on the featured channels, so on our page.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Patrick, what are you up to?
Nothing.
No, the board game's about to get
Oh, right,
finished.
The board game. I forgot about that.
The board game has been like the thing.
Yeah,
going.
the board game's in crunch time right now.
Aren't you making a video game soon?
I guess.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, over winter
Yes.
break, we're gonna try and make something.
It's not gonna work.
That's gonna be great.
No, it's gonna be a disaster train wreck. But
That's what I tried to tell you last time, and you're like, "No, 5 weeks is plenty of
No,
time.
no,
It's
no,
gonna
no,
be great.
no,
We
no.
have like 10 people."
like we can do it but there's only 2 people on the team that have actually made a game before out of like the 5.
Does the board game not count?
That's not true. The artists all have.
Well, yeah, but artists.
You tell
Who needs
'em.
those?
Yeah, right.
Who needs art in their
Like
game?
half our group. Who needs
Yeah.
them? Storm, what are you up to?
Still making beats, yo. I love doing it. It's fun.
Have you made more over Thanksgiving break?
No,
Not.
Okay.
no, I use that time to not do anything.
That's good use of time.
That's good. That's what
Yeah.
the whole point of break is.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mike, what are you up to right now? What are you developing? Anything interesting for some videos?
Yeah, I'm working on. Now this is all secret stuff, but I'm thinking of
don't tell
expanding the line of robots for the baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so some new baby products to help parents, and then I'm starting a new series on the channel where I'm going to teach people how to make the robots that I make.
Uh-oh.
Pretty cool.
That's a good idea.
Because it's pretty simple. It's a lot easier than people think. So I think if I just kind of put some videos out to show people, they could start to make bad robots as well.
Whoa. Don't say they're bad robots.
I actually just can't tell when you're joking or not.
Yeah.
And it's really starting to throw me off. Is it actually easier than people think to make the robots that you make?
It absolutely is. So a lot of the stuff that I make is based on this board you could buy called the Arduino. You guys familiar with that? Have you seen that before?
No, but we want to know.
Okay, so this is a board you could plug into your computer with a USB cable, and it comes with a bunch of ports. It's really plug and play. So if you want to make a robot with little servos and like a little sensor or something, it's all plug and play. You just plug them right into the board.
Whoa.
Then from your computer.
What's a board? Like you lost me at board. I don't know what type of board. Is this a skateboard?
Wait.
Well,
Plug in?
Well, like inside your computer, there's that flat part with the bits.
Yes.
It's like one of those, but small.
Okay. What?
Flat part with the bits.
Is that the motherboard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got one of those. You plug it in your computer. You press a couple buttons. You got a robot. That's it.
Wow.
I really think it's more than that, but I'll believe you.
I'm gonna make a Skynet army now.
Yeah, if you want, go for it.
Yeah. bring the fall of mankind.
So like, how does that work? Like, how you say it's not difficult, but just walk me through. If I were to make one of your robots, what programs do you use? I want to learn about the process.
So the Arduino has its own little program you use. It's like a text editor. It's like using Notepad. And it's got a big list of buttons you can click where you can just load up a program. You don't have to program it yourself. You can just pick something like move a servo, and then you just make little changes. You hit the upload button, and then you're done.
Okay, so how would I make all those servo things work and then translate it into a robot? What pieces do I need? Because all I hear is there's a board and servos. So what's the next step?
What is a servo?
Okay, so like in a remote control car, the wheels turn left and right. It's like the little motor. It's like a little plastic arm that can move around.
Oh, cool. So you're just programming a bunch of arms, or do you bring in other pieces? Okay, listen.
Yeah, so
I'm
like
sorry,
with the
I don't understand
baby,
any of this. So
okay, I'll take it back a step here. So what you do is you go pick up like the Arduino starter kit on like Amazon or whatever, and it comes with a project book, and you just kind of follow the book with what it says. It'll tell you where to plug stuff in. For my type of robots, I use a lot of air pistons because I think they're funny. So that's like when it delivers the bottle to the baby. The baby's hungry. You want to feed it quickly, right? And an air piston moves fast.
Yeah.
and then you want to let it have the bottle too.
Air piston.
And then you have to give it the bottle,
safe.
yeah. So it's got to drink the whole thing. So that's just an Arduino. I plug it into something called a solenoid. It's just like an air valve. It's just like a fancy word for valve. And then I just plug hoses into the air piston, point it at a baby, and you're ready.
And you're ready.
Feeding time is on.
Storm, are you currently looking up Arduino?
He is.
Yes.
How did you know?
I'm trying to figure this out.
Well, so you know what? Just subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
And
That's how you
I'll
do it.
put out the videos. I'm going to make it super simple. You guys are going to be making robots in no time.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a fun vlog.
That
It's
sounds
just,
terrifying.
Just give me one of those kits and just see me try and make one of them. That would be.
No.
That'd be a great follow-up to this episode,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, yeah.
Taking over the world
This
in no
end-
time.
This and William Austin's episode
Yeah.
is that us just failing at science.
Yeah, I want to get one and just have someone like video me trying to make these robots. He says it's easy, but like,
I believe in you, man. You could do it.
oh,
I don't know.
Just get the starter kit and just open up the little book that comes with it and do the one that says servo, and then you're done. You're all set.
I don't know. This guy can't stand up without hitting his head on the speaker every time, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's going to
Yeah.
be able to work this out.
He doesn't even respond to conditioned learning. Like,
what is it with what is going on today? You guys are just taking.
it's because you're dressed too nice.
Is
Yeah,
that why?
You made yourself a target.
That might be your reason, not mine.
Oh,
Oof. Yeah, it's actually pure jealousy for me. I don't know your motives.
You came in here with a nice looking sweater, and he just has a better one.
He
on.
did, yeah. He really went up to me. I was like, I thought I was gonna be the one.
all right. So what's next? Are we gonna go into break now?
Yeah, we're going to break for a second. We'll be right back.
All right, we'll see you, Mike. We'll be right back.
Don't run away.
And we're back.
Hey.
Are we? Okay.
You want to take the next?
Everyone was so asleep after that break right there.
Do you want to take the next subject, there, coffee guy?
Yeah, sure. All right, Mike. So this is going to be a little more about you personally.
Okay.
We want to know what first got you interested in engineering, and maybe how old you were when you built like something for the first time.
Yeah, so I took 2 years of electronics in high school, and back then it was pretty tough. They didn't have like really easy plug-and-play stuff. You had to kind of learn about electronics before you could make anything work. But I was just making things that could like flashlights and patterns and stuff like that. And then I basically dropped it for like 5 years, and then after college I just got back into it again, just like as a hobby on the side. So I didn't go to university for engineering or anything like that.
What did you go for?
So I work as a software developer, and that's why it's so casual at my office. They're all playing foosball right now or something like that.
Really?
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so I work as just like a web developer, just styling websites and stuff like that. And that's how the channel got started. I was just fooling around with an Arduino as a hobby, and I made a video where it would squeak a little duck, and it went huge on Reddit. It went to the front page of Reddit. It went viral. I think it's like 1.5 million views or something like that. And it's such a simple little video, but people liked it, so I just kept doing it.
That's pretty cool. So did you get like an initial huge jump in viewership because of that video, or were there a couple things along the way that maybe pushed you to where you're at now?
So after it went big on Reddit, and then I had to deal with some third-party licensing companies and stuff like that, it got a lot of views, but I got like no subscribers from it. You go on the front page of Reddit, you get a lot of viewership, but you don't turn them into subscribers that well.
Yeah.
So it really takes like repetition. You just have to keep making stuff. And the big jump came when I started kind of paying attention to what's trending on YouTube. So I made my Pokemon Go videos, and that was the biggest jump. So after I made the first Pokemon Go video, it went YouTube trending, maybe 3.5 million views. I got maybe 50,000 subscribers just off that one video.
Wow.
And I thought that was really the key. You got to kind of keep an eye on what people are looking at.
In terms of that, is it really the entertainment that brings them in, or are you finding that people like to see the process of how these things are built? We actually had William Osmond on a couple weeks ago who does similar things to you. And he was talking about how he does see this problem with the people who watch his videos, where when he goes into these long, detailed explanations about how things work, people drop off. So do you find that as well?
Yeah, I've been struggling with that for a while. So I've been putting polls on my Twitter page asking people, do they want the intros or should I just show the action shot? Mm-hmm. And that's something I've been kind of testing it out now, where I do both. So I do a long version of the video, and then I release a short version, but I don't send it out to my subscribers. So, like, I just did my cake cutting video where I cut a birthday cake with a rocket. And to my subscribers, I got maybe 15,000 views. But to the short version that went on Reddit, it's something like 60,000 views. So people find it, I think, easier to consume if it's like a little clip. But I also find my stuff really lives on the internet in two forms. As like GIFs or as stolen videos on Facebook, which happens to me a lot. And the ones that work the best as GIFs have to be like about 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. It has to be like bite size, and those are the ones that seem to go viral the easiest.
Yeah, I think the first time I saw any of your content was, I don't even know how long ago it was, but it was the baby one, and it was just like a stolen video on Facebook. And then
that happens all the time. I had that happen a couple weeks ago where Smosh took the baby bottle video, but they cropped my name off of it because it says Useless Duck Company at the bottom.
Wow.
So they cut the name off, and it went like super viral. And Casey Neistat liked it. Elon Musk liked it on his Twitter.
Wow.
But then he doesn't even know, he's only liked a few things on Twitter, but he likes my thing, but he doesn't even know who I am because they cut my name off.
That's so unfortunate. And Smosh did that.
Smosh did that, yeah.
Wow.
And then I asked them to take it down, and they refused.
What? How can they even do that? Can't you claim that?
So the way it works is on Facebook, you could put in a copyright complaint, and it takes about 2 weeks to process. And then the video comes down, but the page that stole it gets to keep the ad revenue.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Facebook has a new platform where you could sign up as a creator, and it'll automatically find people that have stolen your videos and direct the ad revenue to you, which is cool because my stuff gets taken all the time. But I tried to apply for it, and they said I was too small, so I got declined.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's it, man. So I really just, my content lives kind of with my name cropped off on Facebook or like on Imager, like as a GIF.
Wow, that's crazy. That's so unfortunate. Like, to happen to somebody that could really use the exposure and who's working really hard, to just have, and especially coming from a huge YouTube channels that should remember what it was like to be up and coming and needing that pickup, needing that, kickstart.
Well, they don't care at all. They don't.
Oh, they don't. Yeah, they don't care.
No, they don't. But it's just like
Smosh. Smosh does not care.
Well, that's his point.
Yeah.
Because they forgot where they came from, because they've been on top for so long. They think they can do whatever they want to whoever they want, who's smaller than them.
Or they're like, we're gonna do something scummy.
I mean, it's okay because Smosh is dying anyway, so
tell me about
they won't be around much longer.
Yeah.
Now that I know about Smosh is like, man, I don't like that.
I didn't like them before, so.
Well, this is just a big thing on Facebook. I mean, the general public. I mean, I myself too. If I look at posts, you don't go out of your way to find out what the source was because you're just flipping through so much content. You don't have time to do that. But it's weird because it would be easier just to steal my video. It's weird that they actually put in effort to crop out my name.
Yeah,
like someone had to do extra work, which is amazing to me. Like I don't get it.
They had to do extra work to be scummy people.
Because you still put in that you were smart enough to put a watermark on it, and they just cropped it out anyway. Like went out of their way to do it.
Yeah, I noticed on the rocket powered cake cutter video, you actually took the time to put your logo on the thing itself. Was that like as a part of that, so people knew who it was, or was that like just kind of?
Yeah, so that's why I did that. And the cake cutter one, I put my name and stuff on it, but then it kind of sunk into the cake. That was like the second take, and I actually messed that cake up a bit because we had like a misfire. So I fixed the cake up, but then it started sinking into the cake a bit. But so I put my name on there, got a little cut off. But I'm going to start doing that from now on. I'll always put my name clearly so people could see who made these amazing products.
Yeah, you should just like print out a bunch of stickers or labels or whatever and just slap them on every creation you make. Yeah. Since people are going to steal your content otherwise if you don't do that, which is unfortunate and stupid.
For some reason, this has really upset me. Like, what do you need?
Storm's crying right now.
Yeah, like I'm really upset. How many subscribers do you need to get that Facebook thing?
It doesn't say. You don't get details. You just get a decline message, and there's no way to recourse or way
that's
to
good.
So it's probably just up to their discretion.
That's a good.
I don't know. I think that tool that Facebook made is more for like film studios, to find if people are taking TV clips. That's my
because
assumption.
Again, Facebook doesn't care about anybody except the ones that are giving the money.
Facebook really doesn't care, and they're designed for stealing stuff from. This is going off topic of robots, but
we don't
the problem is called freebooting. And when this happens, and Facebook is designed for it. So even my own Facebook page, I have the Useless Duck Company Facebook page. If I post my YouTube video, Facebook will only send it out to about 5% of my followers. But if I submit a Facebook video, it will go to almost all of my followers. So their algorithm's designed to push YouTube content away. This is why some pages like Lad's Bible and Unilad, I'll make deals with them for them to put my content up. But they won't even put a link to my YouTube channel in the description because the Facebook algorithm will automatically bury posts that have YouTube links.
That is so bizarre.
It's just...
it's not bizarre.
It's a part of it. Because Facebook wants you to stay in platform. They don't want you going out to the platform.
Yeah, and it's funny because...
It's just underhanded.
We're getting upset about, like, repealing net neutrality and stuff, and it's already happening in different forms. Like, Facebook is already... playing games with algorithms, and they're signing on with different and it's excuse me, it's ignored. And like H3 went to war with what was that guy's name? The guy off of Facebook?
The guy with the jogging video,
ugly dude,
SoFlo Antonio.
SoFlo Antonio. And like, it's good. They took down one of them, but there's so many of them.
Yeah.
It's not just something that can be solved shortly, and it's taking money away from Michael.
The people who deserve it, and the people who work into, actually make
I don't even care really about the ad revenue. Ad revenue on YouTube's not that much, but it'd be nice to grow the subscriber base. I'm trying to break through that 100,000. So I'm at 80,000 now. I'd like to break 100,000 would be really nice, but most of my content just gets stolen on Facebook, so I got to think of a better strategy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Are you expecting a big spike after you hit TV?
No, not really. Well, I don't know. So, like, my Donald Trump robot went on CNN, and I got a little spike, but not really much of anything. And then when I've been on Discovery Channel, although 4 or 5 times here, and I watch the analytics when it airs, and it's really nothing. People don't really watch something on TV and then go look it up on their computer. So I'm not really expecting much from that. I just do it because I find it fun.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I think I'm getting more upset than he is. I'm actually like really triggered right now.
Well, it's just, I mean, that's a jar, because, I mean, you and I talk about, before we even started this show, I mean, we were always talking about stuff like that going on YouTube, where we were following YouTube news, like, really closely, because that stuff interests us, but, like, just to hear stuff like that firsthand is just a little jarring.
Yeah, I've never met someone with stolen content.
Yeah.
Well, if you look just at the baby bottle video and like all the posts where my name was cropped off, so you start off with Smosh, and there's one called like Mommy's of Facebook. If you look at all that stuff and put it together, I'm pretty sure I have at least 500 million views on Facebook just on that one video. Because even Smosh itself was over 50 million views.
Yeah.
On that video. But and Facebook cheats a little bit. Like, to them, a view is you scroll past it and it plays for a second. So it's really about 10% of that. Like, I would equate that to like 5 million YouTube views. But it's still something, and you get no credit for it.
That's definitely something.
Was Smosh claiming that it was their invention? Like, I don't see what, like, it wouldn't have been bad for them to be like, this is a really funny thing that this guy made, and just to support you if they're not claiming that it was theirs in the first place. I just don't understand.
Well, they claim that they found it on Twitter, but then I asked them I'd like to follow up then. I asked them for the source, and they didn't have a source for it. And then I'm like, okay, well, I understand you found it on Twitter, but can you please remove the post? It's my content. And they refused.
Wow.
So, and it took me 2 weeks, but I did get it taken down off of Smosh, but I mean, the damage is done after that. And they get Facebook pages that reach a certain level, like SoFlo, they get to earn ad revenue from Facebook. And like I said, if the video gets taken down, they get to keep the money.
Which is... Facebook's awesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah, somehow they're worse than YouTube. Like, how do you pull that off?
Everyone's cash grabbing, you know?
Yes.
And everybody's trying to make money off their platform that at the onset they didn't think of when they made their platform.
No, I agree.
They're trying to cash it in, and it's like it's becoming this huge issue now because they're trying to monetize things that they weren't thinking about. They didn't have the intent of monetization when they created them. So it's like they're trying to force things, and that creator thing that you talked about, it sounds like it's only to benefit people who are already in a position to defend, big production companies or something, like the people who are already at the top to just defend their brand and stuff, not as much to help people like you, the little guys who are being preyed upon by the larger fish in the pond.
That's what I figure, but I'm kind of speculating because they don't give much information at all. You just get a notice that says you're rejected, and then that's kind of it.
Well, they'd love to keep everyone in the dark, I'm sure, just like YouTube does, not explaining any of their intentions of their algorithms or their processes.
They don't know half the time, let's be real. They just made a monster out of that algorithm. People are like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, I don't know. Go Jake Paul.
Yeah, jeez.
I saw something on YouTube where some Hearthstone content creator he had a second channel where he put other stuff up. I don't know what he put up on there, but that got accused of stealing content from his main channel, so it got blocked. And he's like, I'd like to unblock that because it's actually my stuff. And they're like, no. And then somehow that the channels were connected somehow, I guess, so like in the same emails. But he can't access his main account now because his second account is blocked.
Good.
Did you hear that iDubbbz got blocked?
On what?
Well, it came back, though, I think.
Yeah,
pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, his iDubbbz went down.
Why?
Mike, do you know? I don't
YouTube stuff.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
The last video he uploaded, I'm pretty sure was another squirrel video. So I don't know what he could have done.
That's on his second channel.
Is it on his second channel?
Second channel.
Oh, I don't know.
The last two he did was the unboxing and
those are pretty
Rice
tame.
Gum. And I'm pretty sure Rice Gum just was like, hey, YouTube, don't like this guy. We're like, well, okay,
It's possible.
take him down.
I'm sure it'll be.
Man, his music videos are so bad.
Oh, they're terrible.
Wait,
It's him and Jake Paul and Logan and everything, where they just kind of read a script over a track, and they're not even singing or rapping or anything, but it's so popular. Like, people eat it up and they love it.
Minimal effort.
do you dislike Jake Paul and those guys?
I don't dislike them. I see a lot of YouTubers I'll talk to, and they just hate them. I kind of understand that. I'm not the audience.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is content for children. Basically, it's kids that eat that stuff up,
It is.
and they see the rap and they think it's so cool. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm a 30-something programmer. I'm not the market for Jake Paul stuff.
So talking about other YouTubers that you said you talked to other YouTubers, do you have like a circle of like YouTuber friends that you talk to about things like this or like just engineering, friends that are YouTubers and stuff?
Not really about videos getting stolen. So, actually, the first time I spoke with William Osman, he reached out to me because he saw my content stolen on Facebook.
He's the
And
man.
I was talking to William about that, and I started out about the same time as Simone Yetch,
Yes.
who's like the queen of these robots. So we started out the same time. So we used to talk. I sent her some tutorials about how I do air pistons and stuff like that, like years ago. And we
She's
talk
huge.
sometimes, just about making robot stuff,
I reached out to
but
her.
not so much about freebooting. We need like YouTube to step in or something like that. And even every video that you post on YouTube automatically gets applied this common YouTube license, which I'm pretty sure states people can't just steal my stuff. So
It does.
I mean, YouTube should have a lot of ammo just to go after Facebook and just nuke them for taking this much content off the platform, but nothing's happening.
I assume that they're just a mess right now, right? Like, I just can't
Yeah.
believe that they have any idea what they're doing. It's just so evident that, all right,
There's a clear disconnect.
Yeah.
There's a huge disconnect between YouTube and its creators who, if it not for them, there would be no YouTube, and YouTube isn't treating them very well or keeping them in the loop. And then YouTube themselves is doing a very poor job of enforcing their own rules properly and, keeping their platform.
well, I have an interesting point, but I think we need to go into break real fast, and then we'll come right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Or not. I mean,
What?
no.
Ask for us.
And
We're back live.
And we're back with no warning from Pat. Thank you.
I told you
think
15 seconds.
yeah,
and 15
yeah,
seconds
yeah.
later
Did
we
you
were
have?
live.
You said you had some. Mike, are you still with us? Nope.
Yeah, still hanging out.
Good.
Yeah. So my point was, and this angers me. Still
Before
angry.
we move on to the next
Yes, yes.
segment,
Is I do think that part of YouTube isn't malicious. I really think they're bumbling idiots. I really do. They're bumbling idiots.
and that's the best case scenario.
Yeah, and that's the best case scenario. But when you talk to the CEO, I believe that she's probably a liar, and that's probably the way it is. However, she doesn't seem like the worst person alive. Like, she's like, yeah, we.
I believe that they are trying.
Yeah, like the
but
H-
they're not doing a great
Yes,
job.
that's what I'm saying. Is H3 will message them and they'll be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And their rep will be like, "Yeah, we don't know." And it's believable. It's like I
Yeah.
bet YouTube just doesn't know sometimes because they made this algorithm. It's like, what's a robot that just went out of control?
Yeah.
What?
Chappie? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, that turned out okay in the end. District 9. Wait, that's not
Spoilers.
robots.
Yeah, District 9, the robot. The robot
You went from
aliens.
Chappie to District 9.
What's
Two Neil
the-
Blomkamp movies in
Yeah.
one.
Way to
What's
go,
it? What's the
Storm.
robot in 2001?
Oh, Space
Hal.
Odyssey.
How?
Hell yeah.
Hal. Yeah, it's Hal.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to. Hal's just like, nope, don't like this content.
You ever
Oh,
seen 2001?
Yeah,
Okay.
David from Prometheus.
come on now.
There we go.
Yeah.
He's Magneto.
Yeah, Magneto.
He's a
from
great
Prometheus.
actor. Great actor.
Ian McKellen?
Michael Fassbender.
No, whoever's Magneto is.
I could just glossed over the perfect.
Well, he's
segue into
Magneto
our
in the
next-
new ones. He's not old man Magneto.
Oh, it's Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ian
Gandalf.
McKellen. Yeah, yeah, Dumbledore.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, So we want to talk about. I'm not sure what your range of expertise or not. Well, you said you're a software designer, so I don't know if you do deal with this at all, and you make robots. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming up right now with artificial intelligence, AI, and advancements that are being made in that field, and I find it extremely fascinating. And since you work on robots, I don't know if you have any input perhaps on some of these advancements, or just like, have you considered dabbling in something like that, like trying to make a robot that has components of that, or
actually, yeah, I am working on a toy that has AI in it, but kind of a limited version of it. And before I was working at this job, I worked at another job where we basically did automation of office workers. We basically worked on this software platform. You could replace office workers with software, which was sort of like AI, but it's kind of like all things in the media that they say is AI. It's just like really advanced algorithms.
Yes.
It's not like actual AI.
Yes.
And people talk about AI. People talk about AI like it's going to come out in a year, next Christmas or something like that. But I think we're still like at least 20 years out from something that I would probably feel is like an intelligence,
something
almost
like
a
a
conscience.
Turing test.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
do we have any idea how to install sentience into something? Like, I don't even think we have a clue.
There have been cases. There is one case of an quote unquote. I'm going to use the term AI with air quotes at all times, almost most of the time here, because as you did say, AI is a very weird, shaky ground right now, where people. I do feel like there's kind of a discrepancy in what the reality is right now and what people think it should be. But there's one AI that allegedly passed the Turing test, but it's kind of up for debate because they said the judges were biased in a way. Like the process in which that was determined was kind of up in the air. So, but up until this point, there really hasn't been any that have, and we haven't really observed any AI that are capable of thinking by themselves, really. That aren't just like
there's not
clever bots
Yeah,
that spew random
Can
things.
we explain the Turing test real quick? Because I don't think a lot of people know what that is. It's really interesting.
Well, it was a test that was devised by, is his name Alfred Turing?
Alan?
I believe.
Alan Turing?
Alan Turing, sorry. And it's just essentially the test in which to determine if a robot is, if a robot is sentient, if it's capable of free thinking, or like or is mimics.
I think the simple test is if you were at like a chat, if you're doing online chat, if a human could determine if the other end is a machine or a person.
Right. Oh yeah.
Is kind of the basic test, and if it's indistinguishable, then they pass the Turing test.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just did some research while we were talking about the Turing test, and I just realized that an AI doesn't have to have sentience to be an AI. I just realized that it means like machine learning is it's more about, okay, I thought we were talking about robots that like knew they were robots, and I was like, we're not even close to that. Now it all makes sense. A little better on page.
They're not
going to become dolphins all of a sudden or something. Like dolphins, some people believe that dolphins do have a little bit of sentience. Like they believe that dolphins.
Dolphins are self-aware.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, they believe that's a theory. We can't just. Okay, no dolphin has ever come up to you and said,
not a theory.
I'm a dolphin.
There's a way to test. I was actually just reading about this. There's a way to test if an animal is self-aware, like has self-awareness or not, because it's a test that they do where they put like a dot on their head, and then they show it its own reflection, and if they understand that like there's a dot on their head by looking in their reflection and like try to do something about it, then it would indicate that they're self-aware. Because like
that's not sentience,
really,
though. There's a big difference between sentience and self-awareness.
Explain it then, Storm.
Well, I mean, I will. I'll bring it.
But they do the test like, so monkeys, if they see the mark on their head, they try to like rub it off. But if a canary sees a mark on their forehead, they just like start singing to it because they think it's another bird because they're dumb. Like they have no. But even like infants pass that test in their infancy. Like
yeah, but that's
babies.
one test. I mean, I think that it's a great point. However, I don't believe that sentience can be determined on one test with a dot on your head. Because sentience is such a complex idea.
Google the word sentience right now.
Let's probably get back to robots.
Anyway. Oh, no, but I was going to say about the AI that they gave citizenship in, was it Dubai?
Oh, yeah.
That did happen, didn't it?
That was crazy, even though I don't think...
It was probably just the toaster.
No, I saw it. She looks really weird.
Oh.
It looks like a human, like Uncanny Valley human, but like, I don't know. It's, I don't know if you heard about that, Mike.
Yeah, I saw some pictures, and it kind of just sounds like a publicity stunt.
It is.
A bit, I guess. I don't know. It's like just a parrot robot.
Yes, it is a parrot.
Repeating lines back to you or something like that. Everyone wants, kind of like the space race. Nations want to be the first to make this living robot.
Really good parallel to draw, actually. I'd never really thought of it that way, but that is exactly. And everybody wants to kind of fake the moon landing, I guess, at this point, like, because everyone's like coming up with. It seems to be a race more of what can mimic an AI in terms of what we want it to be instead of actually making it. Like they're just trying to get really close to making it seem like it can do things it can't, which is a weird, I don't know. Like it's just like a little, I don't know. It's like a puppet.
Yeah.
There's puppeting all these robots to like do weird things that we think are cool and act like it's by their own design.
Oh, yeah.
But the coolest thing that I saw like just a few days ago was Tesla made an AI called OpenAI, and it went up against all of the, like, they had it play Dota 2, which is a notoriously, for those of you who don't know, a very, very difficult PC game, a MOBA. And it's a multiplayer game, and they had the AI, they dropped it in the game, and they let it learn the game by playing against a copy of itself. And after a few weeks of playing, they shopped the AI around to all the world's best Dota 2 players, and it absolutely shut out every single one of them.
I remember hearing about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a PCU or
what?
It's not like a.
That was also Dota is a really complex game that's hard to learn, and the AI learned a very simplistic form of it. It did beat them, which was crazy.
It is yes.
It did learn like maybe like a 50th of the game because it
wasn't using items.
It didn't use items, or maybe I don't know. It only faced one character though, which is the biggest deal I think, because every other character it would like throw it for a loop, and there's like I think it's like 100 characters in Dota.
Well, essentially, all it has to do is sit there and they let it run, they let it play itself until, they said that it got to the point of being able to play at a casual player level in like, I don't know if it was an hour or a day, and then it took another 2 entire weeks for it to get to the level of like a professional player.
Yeah, it's still crazy. Like it's really impressive.
Yeah.
Because the edge. I'm sorry, go on.
It's impressive, but I mean, again, it couldn't adapt like a human could if suddenly you changed the conditions or had to fight different characters.
True.
Which I think is kind of the point.
Make
and it's kind of like yeah, and it can pick which items to use based on its health conditions. It knows the position of a character and its own energy and health, and it can pick which item. But like 2 points on that is I don't know if you've ever played much League of Legends or Dota, but from what I've seen, because I stopped playing it, but the real point of the game is to pick a guy on your team and then you blame everything on him.
Right.
And then you just keep kind of swearing and griefing him until like people quit or rage out. It didn't even attempt that. So it's not playing. It fails the Turing test for me, like right there.
That's actually an interesting point, realistically.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and then another thing is I think about this sometimes because my car has object detection and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And self-driving cars, I mean, they already don't work that well in Canada because we'll get like snowy conditions that remove anything it can use to see the road.
Yep.
But if you're driving down the highway and there's like a 2x4 flying at your car, I got to stop right now. Even though this car's whipping past me, I better stop. But if there's a big piece of cardboard, I know from my human experiences dealing with cardboard and the type of markings on it that it's cardboard, and I'll probably just try to go through it, But a car might do something dangerous and like slam the brakes when you're in high-speed traffic. And it's those type of decisions based on intuition and stuff it hasn't trained for that I think AI is not even close yet. I think it's pretty far away.
So what you're saying is we need to show AI a lot of cardboard, and then it'll be at the point where
Yeah.
it has to Turing test.
Like,
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
so we need.
That's actually such an interesting point, though. Like, because I've talked so favorably about self-driving cars, and I always had a hard time thinking of a lot of cons, and I never really considered that as being an issue. But that is a very valid counter argument to that.
Yeah. I'm on his side.
Yeah, I mean, I like where it is with my car right now. My car has a bunch of like assistant features, so like lane assist or radar cruise control. So the guy in front of me slows down and slows me down, which is nice. But I wouldn't trust it. Right, I'm not at that point yet where I trust it just taking the hand off the wheel.
That's true.
It's like that guy in the Tesla last year who he loved his autopilot and he bragged about it all the time, and then he left it on and it couldn't detect an 18-wheeler pulling onto the highway, so it drove him under the 18-wheeler and like cut his head off.
Ooh.
Because as far as the car knows, there's nothing there. It's just open space in front of it.
That's true. Wow. So those are things that I never really considered. Like, just that those are some really glaring issues.
Yeah.
Well, because the counter arguments that I was hearing from, I forget who. There was like that big thing that happened with Tesla not too long ago, but it wasn't anything even remotely close to that level of danger that people were voicing concerns about. But like those are legitimate points. And
yeah, I mean, I still want it. I want a self-driving AI car, and I'm happy when it comes. I just think we're a little further away.
Yeah, if it's not dangerous, I'll get it. Yeah.
How much time do we have left? Can I ask a Canada question before we go to the break?
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I actually just wrote an opinion piece on the Canadian government for a class.
I'm sure you know a lot about the Canadian government.
I know a lot now.
Expert.
So House of Commons, all about the House of Commons. There's some great moments in the House of Commons. Do you remember when...
Yeah, they're just going to yell at each other.
Yeah, this isn't me being political, but it's hilarious. I'm sorry. Like, there's some really funny moments. Do you remember the moment where the guy brought in a cardboard cutout of Trudeau?
Oh, no. I think I might have missed that one, actually. But what happened?
So a member of the opposition said bringing in a cardboard cutout of Trudeau would get more done than Trudeau. And then the week later, another member of the opposition brought in a cardboard cutout of Trudeau and put it up in the opposition. Just stood it up. I was just blown away.
Did it do more?
We're not getting into politics here, but I don't know. I just find the Canadian government fascinating. Anyways, that was just my little thing. I don't mean to make fun of you.
Yeah.
You and
Was that making fun?
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, it's pretty wacky. It's pretty crazy here.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, we're going to go to a break quick. And we're back.
hey.
Okay.
Don't yell in
Hello.
my
The thing
ear.
is, Mike wasn't on. I forgot to press the on button for Storms.
Good.
That was convenient.
That wasn't very nice. My feelings are hurt.
It was an accident.
Just keep muted for the rest of the show,
Self-esteem 10 to 0.
Time out.
No.
All right, so next up, Mike, we were really excited. You were going to be the first long-distance guest to play one of the games we play here on the podcast, so we're pretty pumped.
Okay.
In the last segment, what are we playing? Hit us up.
We're going to play Onion or Not the Onion. Mike, I'm assuming you know what the Onion is.
Yes.
Okay. If there's anybody listening who doesn't know, really quickly, it's just the satirical news website that comes up with fake articles. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say a news article or a headline for a news article, and everybody's going to get a chance to guess whether or not it is the Onion or not the Onion. If you guess it correctly, you get a point, and the winner gets a prize. Now, I'm going to take my handy-dandy pen here and make a score card. Got Storm, Chandler, Pat, and Mike. All right, so are we ready?
No.
Sure.
I can see everything.
That's fine. It doesn't have the answers on it.
I can't read,
Okay.
so.
Yeah. The first headline: 7 hacks to get the most out of your Chipotle order. Storm,
first?
Storm, you're first.
Oh, that's not the Onion.
Okay.
That better not be the Onion so that I can find out how I can optimize my Chipotle order.
So Chandler, you're going not the Onion?
Not the Onion.
That is definitely BuzzFeed.
Pat.
That's easily not the Onion.
Okay. Mike.
That's definitely not the Onion. That's got BuzzFeed written all over it.
You guys are all wrong. What? That's an Onion article, yeah. I have a couple highlights. One of the 7 hacks is burrito refills. Ordering a burrito, next time you do, don't eat the tortilla and take advantage of Chipotle's free refill policy. And then similar, used burrito exchange. Bring in any old, used, or dinged up burrito, and the folks at Chipotle will exchange it for a new one. It's company policy. All right, so nobody gets a point, so we're moving on pretty good.
A good start.
The next one is Activision are fighting a patent for Call of Duty, a dog poop removal service. Storm.
That's not the Onion.
Chandler.
Did you just say that's not the Onion?
Yeah.
All right. No, it's the Onion.
Not the Onion.
What?
Mike?
It sounds true, like something they do based on the stuff I've seen them make. But I'm going to say that that's the Onion.
Okay, who said it was the Onion? Mike said it was the Onion?
Mike said
And
the
I
Onion.
did.
Okay, so Mike and Chandler are wrong.
Yes.
Storm,
No.
Storm and Pat get a point.
Actually, you can take that point away if you want. I saw that headline before we went.
We'll see. It depends if it's the winning point or not for you. So, well,
Storm just wins it because I knew the answer already.
so Call of Duty, it's a family business run by a married couple from California. Their services all revolve around helping people clean up after their furry friends, ranging from a $6 hosing off to a monthly visit, twice a month visit of $80 a month. Activision seems to feel threatened by this, clearly.
Oh.
And they have successfully requested an extension for the amount of time they have to mount an opposition against the service.
Oh, wow. Activision.
crazy.
Cool guys.
All right. Headline 3. California church pressured to stop serving meals to the homeless because it lures the needy. Storm?
That's not the Onion.
It's not the Onion.
Pat?
Not the Onion.
I don't know.
Mike?
That's going to be the Onion.
I'll say it's not the Onion.
That is not the Onion. Everyone gets a point.
Has anything been the Onion?
Yeah, the first one, the Chipotle one was the
yeah.
Onion.
Wrong.
I have a very bad memory.
So the United Methodist Church has been offering free meals twice a week to the homeless, but it was said that it was going to stop after Thanksgiving because they were luring too many homeless people into the neighborhood. City officials made the decision after speaking with organizers, suggesting that they were attracting more homeless people into the city. So there's that.
Well, I guess that is what would happen if you are offering free meals to the homeless.
I mean, I'll show up and I'm not even homeless, so imagine the homeless people. Dan Chua's there right now. Throwbacks.
we're borderline homeless because we're in college. So.
We're going to be.
Tell me that.
And when this show gets canceled.
All right, Storm, you're going to love this one. 90s kids rejoice. The end of net neutrality means return of dial-up speeds. Storm, Onion or not the Onion?
Oh, man. I feel like I should get this right because I got so triggered today.
Don't think too hard
That's
about
the
this.
Onion.
You think it's the Onion? Okay. Chandler?
That's the Onion.
Pat?
Onion.
Mike?
I think it's the Onion.
It is the Onion. Everyone gets a point.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
I got so upset today in class.
Don't get too
did.
excited, Mike.
For a lot of the internet, this could mean a return to dial-up speeds. And if you're a 90s kid, that's pretty much the best news ever. For absolutely no extra money, you might get a throwback to the pre-Y2K days of glacial modem speeds. Remember those lazy Saturday afternoons waiting hours and hours for a single Third Eye Blind song to download on Kazaa? Or sharing your ASL and AOL chat rooms? Talking trash at Smarter Child, speaking of AI? And racking up high scores in Math Blaster. The chance to relive those amazing times could be coming back very, very soon. All right, so Storm and Pat are in the lead. We have one more question.
What if there's a tie?
If there's a tie, then I'll cry. So, because I don't have a
There's
tiebreaker.
no backup.
No. All right, the last one. Cat, named after Notorious B.I.G., shot multiple times and survives.
Onion.
No, that's not the
not
Onion.
the Onion.
That's
Not
not
the
the
Onion.
Onion.
All right, Pat,
Who would
Not
shoot a
the Onion.
cat?
Mike.
I'm going to say not the Onion.
You are all correct. It is not the Onion.
Hey.
I don't want to hear this story. It'll make me sad.
It's short. His owner, Nicole Crandell, worried that he had been caught by a fox, but 2.5 weeks later, she got a call from the local veterinarian telling her Biggie was alive and full of pellets.
Aw.
So I said it was a tie between Storm and Pat, but since Storm volunteered to give up, or Pat volunteered to give up one of his points.
No. Storm volunteered.
No, Storm. I actually.
It doesn't
single
matter.
One of those I read on Reddit like in the last week. So Storm deserves it.
Do you guys
I didn't guess any of those.
Pat, you can't go on that Reddit anymore.
It's on the front page, man.
That's what I said last time. I said everyone has to stop going on Not the Onion.
Yeah. Why would you?
Are you censoring me?
Yeah.
Are we all scared about net neutrality though? Is that a thing?
Don't get me started.
Don't get Storm started. We don't have time.
Yeah, we don't have time to go into all
really-
that today.
You know, I like 6 months ago, I shared a thing about net neutrality and, you know, how you should write your congressman. I had a link to it. You know, I did it. I had a link to the page. It literally has a template for you to just autofill your name into and then email your Congress, you know, all that, and the FCC. And now people are acting like they just found out about it yesterday.
Yeah, we don't have time to go all into it all the way, but I'd just say everybody who's listening, look it up.
Please.
Both sides. Look up both sides,
Form an
please.
opinion of it.
Don't just look up one side.
What do you mean? What?
I'm so confused.
Are you in favor of net neutrality going
I'm
away?
not saying. I'm saying
No,
that
he's right. You should look up both sides, form an opinion, an educated opinion.
leave a comment.
Are we adults?
You might be.
Oh.
Mike probably is.
I think so. I don't know.
I just slam my fists on the keyboard when I'm mad.
Oh, we should
We got to wrap it up pretty soon. So, Mike, how about you tell everybody where they can find your content?
Yeah, so head on to YouTube and look up Useless Duck Company. You can also find me on Twitter at Useless Duck, and on Instagram, Useless Duck, and on Facebook, Useless Duck Company, and probably somewhere else, I don't remember. And I stream, when I build my robots, I stream them on Twitch every Wednesday.
really?
On
No, I
Useless
didn't
Duck
know
Company
that.
on Twitch.
For
Yep.
real?
If you look in the description of my videos, you'll get a link to the Twitch. And sometimes I'll just play around with tasers and stuff like that. Just kind of think of
Awesome.
robot
I'll have to
ideas.
check that out.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll have 4 new viewers this Wednesday.
Can I drive up to Toronto and play with lasers with you?
I mean, you can
Yes,
drive up
if you
to
want to.
Toronto, but
For real?
Just don't use the cell
Yeah,
phone call.
I build my stuff at a public maker space that I just joined where there's laser cutters and stuff. If you want to shoot lasers, just let me know.
Oh my gosh. I might actually do
Wait, are we
this.
taking a road trip?
that'll be a good video.
No, that's a great vlog.
Drive to,
How about we skip finals week?
who needs that?
Yeah, I'll just fail
Wait,
all my
no,
classes.
no, the week after finals week.
I can't get off that short notice.
shush.
We'll have to
We're
plan this
going.
out.
I'm working on a game.
No, yeah, okay, sure.
My wedding's actually.
Stop. I'm
Chandler,
the only married one here.
Where can we find you, Chandler?
You can find me on YouTube, Sly Elliott, as well as Instagram and everything. I'm Sly Elliott on everything on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that. But go sub to YouTube if you're going to go anywhere. And also make sure you subscribe to the Poorly Edited podcast if you haven't already, and check out the Facebook
Check out the
page.
Facebook.
And don't steal any of our content on there.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck.
You can try to find me on YouTube, Coffee Guy PE, but as we've learned, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it's
so,
Coffee Guy, no spaces, space, PE.
We're going to have you boxed on our featured channels, so you can go on to the Poorly Edited podcast channel, make sure you sub, and then you can find Coffee Guy's channel linked on there.
thanks.
I'm Storm the Intern. I'm on YouTube.
What's your SoundCloud?
Oh, it's Whack Beats, yo. Check out my really cool beats. That's Whack with a WHACK. Whack Beats, yo.
Oh, you mean how it's spelled? All right. Pat, what do you do?
I'm actually trying to stream on Twitch now.
What are you streaming?
I'm trying to make it through all of Dark Souls, the entire series.
The first? Oh, that's why you were playing the first one earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that going?
You know.
It's a hard game.
Actually, I mean, it's the best run I've done so far, but I've never beaten it, so it's not saying much.
I've actually
So
beaten
it's-
that game like 40 times.
Good for you.
Wow.
It's really hard.
Well,
Proud of
it's
you. Keep it up.
twitch.tv/Patari. Patari.
I'm going to follow you.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're in my stream
I
a lot,
get it.
actually.
Pat, Atari.
Oh, is that actually what your name is? Oh,
No, it's Patar from the episode of SpongeBob where they go
man.
back in time with an eye on the end.
that's
Close.
really funny.
It is really funny. I enjoy that. All right. Anything else?
Mike, thank you so much for coming on and talking. You've been like so awesome to talk to and really enlightening. And I wish
Yeah,
we could
thank you
sit
for having
here
me
all
on.
day. Thank you so much, man.
Also, if you want to stick around for a couple minutes afterwards,
or
Okay.
not.
or not, yeah, you can. We can't keep you, but we'd like to.
Yeah, we're going to go over our terms. So
You'll see us on Facebook.
Oh, come on.
It's too soon.
All right, once again, thank you to Chris on WXLV, the X.
And just thanks for listening.
That too.
Love you.
See ya.